Hey everyone, I'm just putting this video out here. I'm feeling kind of crusty today. I've been kind of having difficulties with the cold air recently, and I think it's starting to like give me some sort of asthma. Apparently, you can have winter cold air asthma, and I think I've been dealing with that. It's been a pretty rough day so far. I mean, I've had worse days, I guess, but it's been pretty rough. I just keep having these breathing issues, kinda. I don't know. It could be a million and one things. It could just be the cold air is just one thing, and maybe my pants were too tight or something. Because sometimes that happens. Sometimes your pants are too tight and it makes it a little bit harder because like your diaphragm's being pressed. I ate lunch, sandwich, some cheese nips. I drank a bottle of water, then I horked it up. Like it was like clearly having an anxiety attack, and I'm trying to come down from it because I know it's not going to make things easier. It's like the anxiety attack is making it hard on top of the asthma that I'm kind of experiencing, and I've never really experienced it like this. Like, I don't know if it's asthma. Maybe it is. I don't know. But I'm kind of freaking out, and I'm making this video to sort of document the symptoms. I mean, it's like stuff that I felt over the like yesterday or before. It's not like it's out of the ordinary. It's just it hasn't been this much. Of course, it's been very cold and dry recently, and that could be contributing to it. And of course, I walked around outside, and I don't think it's like a heart attack thing. I don't think it's a heart issue because I went for a little bit of a run around the block, and I know I shouldn't have done that if I'm having issues with asthma, but I did it. And I just want to come down from this anxiety that I am dealing with. I have very bad like health anxieties. Like I think everything's gonna kill me, and it's kind of beating me today. So I'm in my pajamas. I have the blanket that I have over my window to block out the light open a little bit so you guys can at least see me. But I'm gonna try to play some Zelda or something, or lay down and see if things get better. I mean, it's not horrible, but it could be better. I don't know. I'm just very concerned, but that's all I got for now. I'll see you guys later. So it is. I don't know how much later it is. It's not too much later. I just got up to walk around a little bit. I don't know. It's so weird. It's like I am experiencing shortness of breath, but I don't know. It could still just be the anxiety. I mean, anxiety attacks for me can last pretty much the rest of the day or even into the next day as far as like coming down from them is concerned. But it's just like walking around. It's like I have less energy. I can't explain it. Maybe it could just be just wiped because of everything that's happened earlier. But something like I felt fine. I feel fine when I was laying down. It's just getting up and moving around just kind of feels icky. I got myself another bottle of water. Honestly, I don't really need to be drinking anymore. Like, I'm pretty well hydrated as it is. Then I took a warm shower earlier and I was fine. It's just like, that's the thing. That's always the thing. It's like, I was fine earlier. Here, I'm gonna set this down right here. You can see my impromptu blanket kind of hold up my curtain. Or, not hold up the curtain, but the impromptu blanket that's blocking out the sun because my room directly faces the sun. I don't know what's going on. It's just kind of a rough day, and sometimes days are just rough like that. Yesterday I literally recorded a video saying like, yeah, things are great. I'm really looking forward to the prospects that are coming up. And whenever I get like this, whenever things feel really bad, I just have to remember that I felt bad before. I've had times where I'm like, oh my god, is this it? Not necessarily that I'm gonna die, but like, oh, am I having a major medical emergency? And then things kind of just work itself out. So this is probably another one of those times, and I just gotta keep my chin up and keep my cool. That's the most important thing. You can't panic. Panicking, one, it just takes all your energy that you need to use to resolve the situation, but also it just confuses you and you're frantic and you don't think straight, and it makes it harder to resolve the situation. I don't really know what my current situation is. Maybe I should like try to eat an apple or something. I don't know if I necessarily horked up all my lunch. It was very watery. I don't mean to get gross with the details. I'm sorry, guys. I just talking about it kind of helps bring down the anxiety. And sometimes they're just bad days, man. Sometimes really bad days can follow really good days, and sometimes really good days can just follow really bad days. Like could feel better later. And that's what I'm counting on. You know, I've got my Switch here. I'm playing a little bit of Ocarina of Time, and I'm hoping that I feel better later. I want to say that I know what it's not, and what I know that it's not is that it's not like cardiovascular issues. I want to say that it's not, and I don't feel particularly short of breath talking to the phone right now. Maybe it's just sort of the disruption of the schedule. Anxiety is a bitch. It is very strange. It is very strange what it picks and chooses to go crazy. Because I don't even necessarily have a problem meeting new people or talking to anyone. Just seems that my lung irritation with the cold air, that's what I'm going with right now. I can't really imagine what else it would be. My family doesn't have a history of asthma attacks. And you can develop asthma later in life. It's just extremely rare. And just with things being so cold recently, I really think it's just like the cold air that's doing it to me. I mean, I'm not sick. That's the thing. It's just sucking right now. And I'm going to keep working through that. I'm going to keep working through it till it doesn't suck, because that's all you can really do. I will try to get a little something to eat. I usually just eat an apple for breakfast. Maybe I'll have some applesauce. I got applesauce in there. That can make good for a good snack, quick snack. Try to get some energy in me after I, but we're all getting there. We're all gonna make it. Just sometimes it's a little harder than others. All right. It is another beautiful day in suburbia, and it is just warm enough for me not to have to walk out with like a jacket or gloves or a hat on. It's kind of teetering on the edge. It's supposed to continue to get warmer, but I wanted to let you all know that I am doing better. Definitely better than I was when I recorded those videos earlier. And it's not the same day, it's the next day. But I think I figured out what the problem was. So we have this window in our kitchen, right? And most kitchens have windows, but this one specifically leads out to this vestibule area that isn't insulated. So basically a bunch of cold, dry air comes into the house. And there's a dog barking over there. All this cold, dry air comes into the house. And then, because the house is now filled with this cold, dry air, I walk into the kitchen, I inhale it, and then my lungs get angry at me because I inhaled it. I honestly shouldn't have done this because it doesn't make things any better, it just makes it worse. But apparently some people can get winter asthma, which basically means that they only have asthmatic symptoms during the winter because of the cold air. And maybe that's what I'm developing, even though online it says that it's extremely unlikely for an adult to get asthma later in life, especially considering my family doesn't have a history of that. It could just be that sort of thing. Well, I closed the window, and when I went in there this morning, the window was still closed. I actually didn't have any issues. It's almost like the cold, dry air is what was causing it, which is what I thought and what I was hoping for. And not that I was dying or I had like a blood clot or something, because those were other things that the internet was telling me. I know, it's always like, it's either nothing or you're already dead like 5 minutes ago, kiddo, it's over. But I went back in there earlier and I noticed that the window was open again. So I guess I'll die. I do think that it being warmer today and warmer over the next few days is definitely going to help out a lot. It certainly is much nicer to walk around outside. So we're doing good, and we're gonna hopefully continue to do good. It was the craziest thing, because literally the previous day, previous to yesterday, I was talking like, oh yeah, it's so great, everything's awesome, I got money, I got all these things that I can work on, things are on the up and up, and the next day it was just like catastrophe. I was just like, oh my god, am I actually dying right now? Am I gonna die? Am I gonna have an asthmatic episode? Even though I've never had those before, and just keel over. But I think yesterday there was just a lot going. There was just a lot going on yesterday. I was showing the house off to some people and doing a lot of talking, going up and down the stairs. I mean, not that I can't do that. Like, I don't really have anxiety about talking to new people. It's whatever, right? Like, I'm definitely much better about it than I was. I just think it was a lot. And I think that compounded with like it just being really cold in the house. And since like the warmth was being taken out of the house and this cold dry air was in there because we were leaving the windows open, and I guess apparently that's still something we want to do for some reason. I think it was just a lot, and I had an anxiety attack because even though the lady that eventually came over, who was supposed to be showing the house off, not me, I wasn't supposed to be doing that. She's a very nice lady, very enthusiastic, but she was kind of bouncing off the walls, and I'm gonna be honest, it stressed me the fuck out. I hope that at that age I have that much energy, because damn, when I say that I would not be surprised if this woman did a line of coke in her car before she walked in, like, I really mean it. She was just like going nuts. But that's it. That's all she wrote. I'm feeling better. I had lunch, and it's a beautiful day. There's nary a cloud in the sky. So I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my walk and these dogs barking. It's like that song, It's a Wonderful World. I don't know the specific lyric, but I know he's talking about dogs barking in it. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of my day. I started writing a video, and I'm right there at the end of it, but there's a part of it that I'm gonna need help with. So I'm gonna outsource that for someone else to write. I don't usually do that, like ever, so this ought to be interesting. All right, I need to keep my camera up here. Gotta work my arm out. That sounds really terrible when I say that out loud. I need to work my arm out. What did he mean by that? Okay, for real though, you guys have a wonderful day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you all next time.